The beginning. Just another trip. This is the story of an Indian man named Pramod Gokhale, who set out for a trekking trip through the Himalayan region via Nepal. His goal was simple: to reconnect with nature and find peace away from the pressures of daily life. He was an experienced trekker, but what lay ahead was something no one could have predicted. It was October, and he began his solo trek in the remote district of Solokhumbu, Nepal. The weather was dry, the skies clear. But in the Himalayas, the weather is never truly predictable. One step forward in these mountains could be a step toward destiny or disaster. The disaster begins. As Pramod reached near the region of Sayong-boch, a sudden and fierce snowstorm hit. Within hours, thick snow covered the paths, blocking both his forward route and any chance of turning back. He was trapped in a white wilderness. His phone had no signal, and its battery began to drain quickly. As the days passed, Pramod realized he was completely alone in a deep Himalayan valley. No help, no food, no proper shelter. The only thing he could find was a small rock shelter, barely enough to protect him from the wind. The fight for survival. Pramod's real battle began there. At first, he had only 2 chocolate bars, a water bottle, and a few dry fruits. These lasted just a few days. After that, he turned to nature in desperation. He began melting snow for drinking water. To sustain himself, he chewed on roots and leaves from wild plants and shrubs. He even tried peeling bark off trees and chewing it for minimal nutrients. Sometimes he found old berries or seeds among the bushes, small discoveries that felt like treasures. Surviving the freezing cold. The Himalayan cold was unforgiving. Night temperatures dropped below -10 degrees Celsius, 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Pramod had warm clothes, but no tent or blanket. So he improvised. He stuffed dry grass inside his clothes to insulate his body. He found a corner between rocks that gave him some protection from the icy wind. Every morning, he would long for the sun. Just a few minutes of sunlight on his face brought warmth and a reason to go on. He tried many times to make fire with stones and dry twigs, but success was rare. Many nights were spent trembling, shivering, and silently crying. The pain of loneliness. Those 43 days of solitude didn't just break his body. They began to test his mind. He started having vivid dreams of his family. The faces of his children would float before his eyes. Many times he felt on the verge of giving up. But a deep inner voice pushed him to survive. He believed that if he gave up, his loved ones would never forgive him. That single thought became his will to live. A ray of hope. On the 43rd day, a local shepherd spotted smoke rising from the rocks. It was one of Pramod's desperate attempts to signal for help. The shepherd rushed back to his village and informed the locals. A rescue team was dispatched. They found Pramod barely alive, wrapped in torn clothes, lying near his makeshift rock shelter. He was immediately airlifted to Kathmandu and admitted to the hospital. Doctors found his body severely emaciated, dehydrated, and showing signs of frostbite. He was mentally fragile and emotionally overwhelmed. But he was alive, a living miracle. Life after rescue. After a long recovery, Pramod began to share his survival story with the world. He dedicated his life to teaching about survival awareness, wilderness safety, and mental strength in the face of disaster. His story touched thousands and inspired even more. It showed that the human spirit, when fueled by love and belief, can withstand the worst that nature can throw. Conclusion. A voice from the heart of the Himalayas. This is not just a story of one man's survival. It's a story of human resilience, the power of belief, and nature's awe-inspiring danger and beauty. The Himalayas remain mysterious and silent. They hide thousands of untold stories. But Pramod Gokhale's 43 Days Fight Against Death is one such story that came out of the silence and carved itself into history forever.